The Puritans had outlawed theater. They thought that spending time watching someone pretend to be someone else was a waste of time, and also taking on different personas, the way actors, actresses do, was a very superficial thing, and perhaps they also worried about the trivialization or the creating of a celebrity culture. Nonetheless, after the Revolution in 1793, Boston legalized theater. There actually had been theatrical productions before that would be under the guise of a lecture or a moral lecture. And during the occupation of Boston, the British had held plays in Faneuil Hall, partly as a way to antagonize the Congregationalists who disdained theater. But in 1793, Boston legalizes theater, and Charles Bulfinch designed a Boston theater that opened in 1793. And there are a number of notable performers who come to Boston. Susanna Haswell Rosen was perhaps the best-selling novelist of the 1790s. Her book Charlotte Temple is about a young woman seduced and abandoned, a popular theme for novels. She also wrote plays, and she wrote plays for the Boston stage. As I said, she also wrote novels, but she also made her living by opening a school for young ladies in Boston. In 1809, Eliza Poe, an actress, then happened to be performing in Boston, gave birth to a son, Edgar. She loved Boston. She did do a little sketch of the town she gave to her son and hoped that he would always cherish the town in which he was born, but Poe became perhaps Boston's harshest 19th century critic. Charlotte Cushman is a young woman born in Boston from one of the old Boston families. She became the 19th century's greatest actress. She actually spent most of her career in England, performing on the British stage, spending her winters in Italy recuperating. She performed as Queen Catherine in Shakespeare's Henry VIII. She also performed as Lady Macbeth and as Hamlet, and she performed as Romeo to give her sister a chance to play Juliet. She was one of the most accomplished actresses of the 19th century and one of the great celebrities of the 19th century. She toured the country during the Civil War, toured the United States during the Civil War, raising thousands upon thousands of dollars for the relief of soldiers. In 1870, she returned to Boston to have a public school named for her near her birthplace in the North End. This was the first public building in Boston named for a woman. So in 1793, theater is legalized in Boston. 77 years later, Boston names a school for Charlotte Cushman, one of Boston's most famous citizens, most famous exports of the 19th century, who made her living acting on the stage.